What is up, Idle Ninjas? It's Aaron here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about ultimate equipment and how to obtain it, what's good and what's not, I guess. So let's first talk about how to obtain it. So if you go to your bag and go to craft, you can see we have the ghost grass craft under the wrist guards. If we open this selection, you can see that we have a main stat with a substat. We got attack speed with percent, crit damage basically, and then it just goes down and pretty much the same thing for everything else. Same with the boots, you get a main stat and a substat. Same with the armor and your circlet. So if we actually look at this and we look at the attack speed and critical percent, that's probably going to be your best bet to get. So if we look at the main stat of attack speed, at level 1 on the ultimate equipment it is 28%, and at level 30 is 190.4%. That is 70.4% above Ruby. Now the substat will be 5 at level 1 or 34 at level 30. Crit damage will be 250 at level 1, 1700 level 30. Critical percent will be as a main stat at 10 at level 1 and 68 at level 30. Crit damage will be the same as attack. Attack speed will be 95.2 at level 30 and 14 at level 1. Critical damage as a main stat at level 1 will be 500 and at level 30 will be 3400. So the best choice for boots will probably gonna be your agility and immunity, or immunity and agility, depending on what you need at the time. I think agility will just better than immunity. That way you can have more dodge versus a lower time on debuffs, since you can pretty much dodge most debuffs. The only debuffs in the game that actually will kill you are going to be like in Painter and Castle. The large bears will stun you. In Castle, you'll get a stun and you will get a silence, which will probably get you killed if you don't have enough HP. Move speed is kind of a useless stat since we mostly stand still for most of the time, but move speed at level 1 as a main stat will be 12. At level 30 it will be 81.6. Agility at level 1 as a main stat will be 5, and at level 30 will be 34. Immunity as a main stat at level 1 will be 10, and at level 30 will be 68. Agility as a substat at level 1 will be 2.5, and at level 30 it will be 17. Immunity at level 1 will be 5, and at level 30 will be 34. Move speed at level 1 will be 6, and at level 30 will be 40.8. Now for the armor, there's only 2 choices you can actually get on this. It's defense and magic resist. Defense is probably going to be better because most of the mobs in the game do physical damage rather than magic damage. Defense as a main stat will be 9 at level 1 and 61.2 at level 30. And it's the same values, magic resistance as a main stat. Defense as a substat at level 1 will be 4.5, and at level 30 will be 30.6. And the values are the same for magic resistance as well as a substat. So for the circlet, we have cooldown reduction, accuracy, and critical damage reduction. Seeing that most of the mobs only have 20 to 30% critical chance, critical damage reduction is not that important for the helmet. The best bet for the helmet will probably be cooldown reduction as a main stat and accuracy as a substat. However, I still need to do a little bit more calculations to see if accuracy will actually be better as a main stat versus cooldown reduction. I need to calculate all the attack speed and cooldown reduction breakpoints to find out more on which one will be better, because I don't want to overkill our cooldown reduction if we have not enough attack speed. I'll be posting that in a separate video in the days to come. So cooldown reduction as a main stat at level 1 will be 6, at level 30 40.8. Accuracy at level 1 is 7, and at level 30 is 47.6. Critical damage reduction at level 1 is 7, and at level 30 is 47.6. Cooldown reduction as a substat at level 1 is 3, and at level 30 is 20.4. Accuracy at level 1 is 3.5, and at level 30 is 23.8. Critical damage reduction at level 1 is 5.5, and at level 30 is 37.4. Now with all those values being said, cooldown reduction as a substat is roughly about 8% lower on the cooldown reduction than your divine helmet. So just to recap, the best roles for your main and substat are going to be your attack speed and critical chance percent for your wrist. For the boots, it's going to be agility and immunity, and your armored pretty much doesn't matter. and your circlet will probably be cooldown, reduction, and then accuracy, right? So now that we went over the values, now to actually craft it, you'll just click on the one that you want. You'll need a level 20 helmet. This is your inherit recipe piece, basically. When you select this, the selected substacks will be transferred to the crafted equipment. You'll have to have your level 20 base piece, basically, the ones that you want the substats. Then you'll need 2 more level 20 mask. Other items for craft materials, 700 craftsman stones, and 500 storm's breath. To get the storm's breath, you have to do the wind god. Wind god, if you do it solo on normal, gives 16, and on hard solo gives 32. You get slightly less if you do this in a group. So a lot of people have been asking, what exactly is the inherit system? So basically, if we actually look at my helm, we'll see that I have magic attack, critical damage, magic attack, and zen magic attack. So basically, when I craft the ultimate helmet, all these stats will just go straight onto my ultimate hat, and the values will be the same at level 1. So at level 1, my magic attack will be 2,652. My critical damage will be 616. My magic attack would be 51,086, and my zen magic attack will be 56.25. So all these numbers right here carry on to your ultimate equipment, and they can still gain upgrades at the levels of 1, 3, 5, 7, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Once your ultimate piece reaches level 20, you will gain special stats. So if we actually look at my ultimate equipment right here, you can see that I have a special stat of electric, and I also get reinforced shuriken for my thunder spirit. And each ultimate has a special thing that you want to get, and the min-maxing is kind of different. Now, people have been asking, can you actually re-roll these right here? And yes, you can. However, I would re-roll them on my divine gear before crafting into ultimate, because re-rolling on your ultimate piece is just more expensive. If we click on change option, we can see that anything we want to re-roll here costs 3 re-roll tickets versus the divine gear only costs 1. Craft this piece with all the stacks that we want, it's fine. But however, when we look at here, we can see that the stars on the equipment actually change, and if you get like your magic attack with a star stat, you may want to swap it around. So make sure you have a lot of reroll tickets before you start doing this. Take you 50, 100 reroll tickets just because of how expensive it is. Now, the first thing you'll probably reroll will be your special option. If you click the special option button right here, you can see we can actually reroll the element and the shuriken, and these cost 3 reroll tickets as well. So the priority of which ultimate equipment that you get first doesn't really change. You would probably go with your wrist and your helmet, followed by your chest, then boots. Now, getting the first piece to 30 or keeping it at level 20, I'm not too sure which one is better at this time. I would say get your wrist to level 20, then go for your helmet, get that to 20, then get both pieces to level 30 before you go to your body armor and then your boots. That's just how I'm gonna do it. I've seen several other players trying to get the first piece to 30 first. Now, I don't know which one is better, but we'll have to see in the long run and see which one works out better. Now, if we actually look at the ultimate piece and we press upgrade, it costs rubies to upgrade each time in advanced stones and storm breaths after level 20. So at level 1, it just costs advanced stones and it costs rubies to craft. It's no longer gold when you're upgrading your ultimate equipment. At level 1 on your ultimate equipment, it costs you 64 advanced upstones and only 10 rubies to upgrade it. And each time that you upgrade it, it costs you 10 more rubies on top of the initial cost. So level 2 will cost you 20, level 3 will cost you 30, level 4 will cost you 40, and so on, all the way up to level 30. I think to get to level 20, it cost me about 55,000 upstones and about 10,000 rubies. Now, these values could change depending on your RNG. That's pretty much it for ultimate equipment. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe and like so you can know when I'm going to be posting my next video. I'm going to leave you with a montage of me crafting my ultimate wrist guards and getting it to level 20 till the next video. See ya!